it's just a beautiful venue, really intimate, excellent beer and excellent food, and really incredible music.
I absolutely love their quirky and intimate vibe.
The musicians love the place, and so the audience love it as well.
So we're in the music.
Yeah. Everyone thinks we're a couple. I don't know why.
We've been best friends since school, so we'd always talk about how amazing it would be to have a venue, the kind of venue that we'd like to hang out.
Yeah.
The kind of place where we'd like to go to listen to music.
Well, it reminds me a bit of playing at the Bluebird in Nashville. There's not much separation between the audience and the person who's singing, which is a really cool thing for the performer as well as the audience, I think. And it sounds really good too.
We have a bit of a philosophy here that I've tried to create. My favourite moments of Green Note are when you forget there's anything between you and the musicians. And when you kind of break down that barrier between the performer and the audience, something really magical can happen in the room, and that's where we get our atmosphere from. It's a real pleasure to see a lot of the musicians come through here go on to bigger and better things. Sometimes they get a little bit too big to come back to our little tiny room that we love so much, but quite often they come back anyway and just don't tell that many people about it. It's a great feeling to feel like you've been a part of that journey to that kind of success.
There are plenty of things about the Green Note that make it exceptionally special as a venue, and not least the two women, Evie and Risa, that run it. Everything that they do seems to be done very gracefully and very effortlessly. You know, all the way from DIY to the big decisions, they're doing it all themselves.
We wanted to create a scene, bring a community to us, and there is a scene out there. I think we've tapped into it, but also created it as well.
This is not a business you do for the business side of it.
You've got to do it for the love of it.
For the love of it.
You just feel amazing vibrations. You just feel great when you're here. It's actually very, very rare, I find, in London to be at a place with so much heart.
Good evening and welcome. It is Friday, the 12th of February, and it's the 83rd episode of Virtually Green Note. My name's Emma, and I will be your host this evening. Thank you very much for joining us wherever in the world you are. Please do let us know in the comments box and say a little hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We love to see that. We have got a brilliant lineup for you this evening. First up, we have got a prolific and critically acclaimed Australian singer-songwriter musician from New South Wales who within a decade has received an APRA Professional Development Award and was named Acoustic Singer-Songwriter of the Year at the National Music Oz Awards, releasing 5 full-length studio albums and EPs to glittering reviews. Touring across Australia, the UK, North America, Europe and New Zealand, as well as being a regular feature on the global festival scene, including South by Southwest. He collaborates with the likes of Gus Gardner, Josh Pike, Dan Wilson and Katie Noonan, and amongst others. And during lockdown last year, he released his latest album, The World When It's Sleeping, written and recorded shortly after returning to Australia with his growing young family, after 2 years living, writing, recording and touring the UK and Europe. Broadcasting from Brisbane, Australia, please welcome Jack Carty.
Hello, everyone.
Hello there.
How's it
Hi.
going?
Pretty great. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you
all the way
too.
over there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful morning here. It's 6:06 a.m.
Oh wow. Yeah, you said you've been up since 5 with your little ones.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got
keep
a couple
you on
of
your
little
toes.
kids, and yeah. So it's a nice thing to be doing on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, well, it's our treat. Thank you very much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
So next up, we have got a London-based, New Forest-born folk singer-songwriter whose voice has been described by The Guardian as a balm for the soul, which is just what we need during lockdown. She launched her debut album, She and I, at London's Union Chapel, supporting Show of Hands on their 22-date UK Cathedrals tour, and it reached number 3 in the Amazon folk charts, receiving rave reviews and extensive radio play, including the Mike Harding Folk Show, the BBC Radio 2 Folk Show, and BBC 3 World Music Show. In 2020, she released her follow-up album, Our Bright Night, to widespread even acclaim, and was made The Guardian's Folk Album of the Month upon release, receiving international airplay. Broadcasting from Walthamstow in East London, please welcome Kirsty Merryn.
Hello, hi.
Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Loving your... Cold, yes. So yeah, we all are, apart from Jack, I imagine. Yeah, I'm loving your disco vibes in the background,
They're quite fun,
multicolour
aren't they?
changing,
Yeah.
really fun.
Bit different.
Yeah, very cool indeed. Loving it. And last but not least, we have an award-winning singer-songwriter, guitarist and actor hailing from Derbyshire, the son of singer Judy Dunlop and folk rock musician Ashley Hutchins, from whom he took over running the Albion Band, releasing 3 albums with them before launching a solo career in 2013. His debut album, Blight and Blossom, earned him the BBC Radio 2 Horizon Award, and he's released 2 EPs and 4 albums to date, 2 on his own label to critical acclaim, radio playlist and subsequent world tours. A recent tour of Australia during the bushfires gave him a sense of purpose, providing some small respite to the devastated communities, out of which his latest live album, Trails Queensland, was born. Broadcasting from Chesterfield in the Midlands, please welcome Blair Dunlop.
Hello, everybody.
Hi there, Blair.
You all right?
Hello. Very well. It's our pleasure. You are the pivotal, the axis within which this all turns, because you know Jack and you know Kirsty.
I'm the middleman, yeah.
You're the middleman.
The link man.
This is a very nice thing. I saw a little clip earlier on of you chatting with Jack out in Australia, so that must have been during your tour there. So
yeah, that was the last tour, yeah, just about 13 months ago. Different world, but
I know.
It was a lovely tour.
Yeah, but we all adapt and do what we need to do, and so we've got you all together and we're looking forward to tonight. So, regulars, you know the next bit, but for anybody new joining us tonight, Virtually Green Note takes the form of a writer's round. So what that means is that each artist is going to take it in turns to perform a song, and then in between songs we're hopefully going to hear a wee bit about the ideas and the inspiration behind their songs, and then they're going to hand over to the next artist. So tonight we're going to start with Jack, followed by Kirsty, followed by Blair. And we're going to do 2 rounds of that, and then we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to do another couple of rounds, including a cover version of the artist's choice. Right, so kicking us off for this evening, we have Jack Carty. Take it away, Jack.
Thank you. So this is a song called Honey, Do You Know the Way Back Home? And I wrote this song in Hobart, down in Tasmania. I was on a tour, and I ended up with food poisoning, is the true story. So I was feeling a bit sorry for myself, and just kind of lying in bed, feeling horrible, and playing around on my guitar, and I managed to write this one. So it's from an album called Esk, which came out in 2014. So it's a bit of an older song, but I like to play it, and Blair and I have played this song together a few times with him shredding on his electric guitar. So even though we can't be together physically right now, I just thought I'd play it for the nostalgic vibes between Blair and I. And I'm playing it slightly lower tonight because tonight for you, this morning for me, because it's 6 a.m. here. So it's 6 a.m. is no time to go screaming your heart out, I don't think. Tell me the way back home, dear, I've had enough. A Sisyphus with reverse, Midas touch. Come and see the noble struggle on. Honey, do you know the way back home? Whatever works, it's not like you only thought you were really smart and pretty. Whatever works. You can wear your best dress every night, and do your makeup in the review as we drive. Keep your watch set on the time, you know. Honey, do you know the way back home? Whatever works, it's not like you only thought you were really smart and pretty. Whatever I could be a stable home-based boy, make meals and excuses for you to enjoy, and never hunt another part of gold. Honey, do you know the way back home? Honey, do you know the way back home? Honey, do you know the way back home? Thank you.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Cheers, guys.
I love that song.
So I love playing it with you, mate. It's a shame that we couldn't jam through the tubes.
No, no, man. I was playing along because I'd been muted, so it was really good. I was enjoying.
Awesome.
Kirsty, you go next.
Oh. Yeah, I think so. I'm just drinking some non-alcoholic wine. It's quite nice, you know.
Is it?
Yeah,
like carob.
to be honest. Yeah, it kind of is a bit like carob, I guess. Okay, I'm going to take off my glasses and my headphones when I sing. So, yeah, I won't be able to see nor hear, nothing. So this is a song I wrote a long time ago, but it feels like it's quite appropriate these days. Not that we need reminding about the dire situation, but I briefly stayed on a tobacco farm in Ontario in Canada with this really lovely couple called Reg and Francine. And there'd be a few months every year, a couple of months at least, where they'd be snowed into their farmhouse. They couldn't leave. And they had this huge basement that they like turned into a cinema, and they had like a massive freezer full of loads of ice cream and stuff. They like, it was like their favourite time of year when they got to have a break from farming and stuff. And I, as an angsty, like early 20s person, wrote a song about how terrible it would be to be snowed in with someone for a long time. So that's this song. Yeah, it's called Winter in Ontario. Okay. remember when the snow came. We didn't know how we'd get outside. The streets were grey and frozen waste. Debris turned to diamonds in the gutter. We walked for days and days. But did we even leave? You told me this is just the winter. Spring will soon be coming. We just need to wait. When you told me you were still together and I could reach my hand out and always find you here, fully occupying space. We sat down by the fire with your boots still on, never really warm. The snow whipped by the storm to a trillion lines. You said you felt like so much unspooled thread, or the crumpled musty linen of our bed. You told me this is just the winter. Spring will soon be coming. We just need to wait. But this is still the winter. You say it's getting warmer, but I can see the ice upon the ground and the water. You told me this is winter. Spring is nearly here now. Just a little longer. The air is getting warmer. The water will be melting. Just a little longer. Just a little longer. Just a little longer. Spring is nearly here now. This is just the winter. This is just the winter. Just the winter. Just the winter.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
That was gorgeous.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I forgot how much I like your voice, actually. I've not heard you in
Oh, thanks,
probably
Blair.
2 or 3 years. Probably last time I seen you was at the writing
songwriting
retreat.
retreat.
Yeah. Where was that again?
Aldborough, on
Aldborough,
the like the Suffolk coast.
Yeah. Was it Benjamin Britten's old gaff?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
it's
was
gorgeous.
fun.
Love that.
Oh,
Gorgeous, yeah. I've never heard you sing live before, Kirsty, and it was, beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It's a bit funny because I haven't got it going through the system, so I've just got the room. So I've got to turn my reverb off. Sorry, I knew I'd forget. Yeah.
I was wondering where that came from. I was
sorry.
like, there's reverb. How? Where? Why? Sounds great.
Thank you. Blair, you're up.
Right. I'll do a song from the new live album in honour of Jack being in Brisbane, because it was recorded down the road. And also it's got my favourite songs on it. So this is a song called Spices from the East.
Tune.
Cheers, mate. We're obligated to say that after every tune, aren't we?
It genuinely is a tune, though.
Okay, so it's kind of a relationship song, but it's through the prism of cooking. And yeah. Gathered round the fire, weariness released, the fruits of earth fire, spices from the east. Burn the midnight oil, troubles take flight, running up the chimney, off into the night. It's a sacred parlance, it's a tide it binds. You fold in your spirit, I'll fold in mine. A love on the table, a love on the vine. Two souls unstable, souls intertwined. I guess I know not why it feels as so. I guess I know not why. I guess I know not what stirs the pain in our souls. This time together keeps me high. Each flavor we elect to throw into the flames, they are each of our children, they bear each of our names. The pan is warming up, simmering the stew. It's one part me, to two parts you. So cut the capers up, drink the vapors in. It's a freedom to me, it's a prison to sin. We share a plate together, but then I'll be at peace. Fortune from the heather, spices from the east. Whatever you think of me, there's no sweetness in my smile. Oh, there's sweetness in my truth. Whatever we're drinking should sustain us for a little while. I hope it helps us speak our truth. Arrived in the Middle Ages, money well spent, accepted as wages, peppercorn rent, a depth to the flavor, whatever would work, a new route to Asia, colonial perks. The world today is different, smaller by the hour, still worth its weight in gold, still sweet and sour. Shouldn't take it for granted, but I do every day. Still sailing all the way down from the bay one day. Oh, King Charlemagne sowed the finest seeds in the west, filled his garden with sprigs of thyme. And the Crusaders, returning from their sullen quests, opened the routes to sweeter wine. Well, here I stand, and I stand at your behest. The spices local or Byzantine. Oh, my maritime Silk Road. We are coalesced, whenever we dine. We are coalesced, whenever we dine. The puzzle we're searching, every last piece, piecing it together. Spices from the east, gather from the soil. A liver full she bears, laugh a little quick before we return there.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
so
Thank you very
nice.
much.
Beautiful. I love that song.
Cheers, brother.
I remember I went to York when we were living over there and saw that tower next to the river where it was rented for a peppercorn a year, and I thought of you.
Mate, that's the one. Back in
That's
the
the
day,
one?
literally worth more than gold. 'Cause
Yeah.
It tastes so bloody good.
But imagine having a property and renting it for one peppercorn, and even like one peppercorn is, if you don't have any pepper, one peppercorn's better than no peppercorns. But
It's
at the
not a
same
lot.
time, once you've eaten that one peppercorn, you're like, there's 364 days left now, and my property's just sitting there, you know?
Do you think they just used it whole, like just in a go, like today's the Pepper Day Boys, or do you think they tried to like eke it out a little bit?
Yeah. Like grate it with a really fine thing.
Yeah.
Or do you reckon they just put it in like mulled wine, just like put one in and were like, this is it. It all comes down to this glass of wine.
That was what mulled the wine. It wasn't mulled until they added that one piece of pepper.
Just pepper. Blair, is it your birthday?
It was yesterday, 29.
Happy birthday for yesterday.
Thank you very much, creeping upon the 3-0, you know.
But, mate, don't worry. It's good. It's a good one. 30 is a great year.
Yeah,
I agree. I think my 30s have been even better than my 20s so far.
Same.
Touch wood.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it wouldn't take much to be better than 20s. Like, teens was quite fun. 20's been a bit of a mare, but I think 30's going to be cool. We'll see.
Yeah, you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, hopefully.
Absolutely.
What are you going to do next, mate?
I thought I'd play my song "Oh Imagination," which is it's the first track on my EP, "The World When It's Sleeping." Well, he knows it. Do you want to just play it?
Absolutely not.
Just cover each other's songs instead. It's the first track on "The World When It's Sleeping," which is an EP that I put out in April last year, and the plan was kind of to put out an EP, do a lot of touring, and then roll that into an album that I've been working on as well. But just after we sort of announced the EP and got the ball rolling on releasing it, COVID kind of kicked off everywhere around the world. And so I ended up just releasing the EP while we're in a lockdown here. And I haven't been able to tour it that much, though. We have been, a lot more fortunate here in Oz, and I have been able to play some shows the last couple of months, but I haven't really been able to tour it properly. But it's been a great experience and a wonderful experience seeing it sort of do its thing on the internet. And this is track 1. It's called "Oh Imagination." It's about, I actually wrote it the night before my son, who's our first child, was born. And obviously I didn't realize it was the night before. It just so happened to be. But it's about, I think when I found out that we were having a baby, I started thinking a lot about my own childhood, and I guess this song's sort of about the differences between, or how different the world is now compared to when I was a kid. I guess a lot of it for the better and a lot of it for the worse. So this is called "Oh Imagination." Sleeping is bigger than waking day. I felt it expanding alone beneath the stars' cascade. The airwaves are useless now, everyone sounds the same. Oh, imagination, remember when we used to pass the time? Now it seems like time passes us by, just like the sun across the sky. There's magic in darkness, I don't need to know it all. I know that no one book could contain the cosmic scroll. My head on the pillow, it feels like I start to fall. Oh, imagination, remember when we used to pass the time? Now it seems like time passes eyes I spy, just like the sun across the sky. World when it's sleeping is just like a mother's love. Birthing a new day, it's birthing our only son. The joy and the wonder, a reason to carry on.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I can't imagine my voice sounded anywhere near as good as that so early in the morning. It's really impressive.
It's just a low song, you know. You can do the low ones in the morning. It's the high ones you got to watch.
You got the dad gravel, mate.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I think after having kids, like 2 kids in 14 months, I've just gotten good at like just doing whatever needs to be done at the moment it needs to be done. You know what I mean? I'm not second guessing anymore. I'm just like, okay, I've got half an hour right now. I need to clear my inbox. You know.
Yeah.
I've got 40 minutes. I've got to try and write a song. So yeah, I haven't even thought about it, to be honest. Other than I guess when we were sound checking before, I did have a little bit of the morning vibes. But I've got a coffee in a mug with my name on it, so brilliant. I can do anything.
So you know who you are.
I know who I am. That's what this mug's for. It's to remind me who I am every morning.
Fair.
Yeah.
Nice.
You see, I can see you drinking your non-alcoholic wine there. What you need is you just need to write Kirsty on that glass.
Yeah, with like a Sharpie.
The wine will taste 10% better.
Nice.
And then put a peppercorn in it, but just one
peppercorn in it, and then make it alcoholic wine.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat is saying that there are still places you can buy with peppercorn.
Oh really? What? Nah. What? Like a truckload of peppercorns.
Someone called FC Corey says there are still documents drawn up where the rent is 1 peppercorn if demanded.
That's unbelievable.
Not in London, mate.
Nah. Not in London.
Yeah, that's it. You could just try it. Just try paying your rent next week with a peppercorn.
Black gold.
Isn't black gold oil?
Yeah.
I think it's already taken. I think the black gold moniker is already taken.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a good name for a
I
band,
tried
though.
to make it work. That's true.
Crypto's where it's at now.
Yeah, it's all Bitcoin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all Bitcoin, and I say that as someone who's like just got in, probably at the worst time. But I just thought, I keep thinking that I've missed the boat on it. So I was like, this week I was like, nah, I'm going.
What, you've invested in Bitcoin?
Yeah, well, how long you got? I've gone a few different cryptos, but yeah, just a bit. But yeah, I just feel like I think it's. I keep saying I've missed the boat, and then it just keeps going up. So I'm like, oh, sod it, I'll just go a little bit more in. So
nice.
I sound like I've got any money. Like I literally have no money. I'm scrabbling around. But of that chicken change, I put it into Bitcoin. So yeah.
I love that. But the phrase you used was "I've just got in." Like it makes it sound like you just dropped a large sum of money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got in like Elon just put $1.5 billion. Dunners has matched it.
I've never talked about investments at a gig before. Ever.
No.
I've never talked
and
about
I never will again.
Before. Yeah. So what are you going to do?
What have you got for us, Kirsty?
I'm going to do one from my debut album. So that's called She and I, and it's basically stories about women from history, famous women from history who did all kinds of cool stuff. And this track is about a lady called Grace Darling, who was super famous. Everyone's probably heard of her. But she and her dad rescued people from a shipwreck off the coast of Northumberland, and she became a heroine overnight for kind of getting into this stormy sea and rescuing shipwrecked people. Yeah, and she died really tragically only a couple of years later. She was only 26 when she died of tuberculosis. So yeah, this is about her and her dad, who was the lighthouse keeper. Yeah, so it's called Forfeiture. I'm going to put my reverb back on. Has come again. The wind past the lighthouse rends my skin. But who will call me in now? Who will call me in? The sea like troubled stone, fighting itself to lay waste to my Guillemots floating like knots on a string. Oh, won't you call me in now? Won't you call me in? Oh, the tide with the rose, and the ghost of my darling still wanders the shore for my wreckage. She does not call me in. The current boils like sheets, shouting at rocks where the Forfeiture creaks. Guillemots floating like knots on a string. Oh, won't you call me in now? Won't you call me in? Oh, the tide with the rose, and the ghost of my darling still wanders the shore for my wreckage. He does not call me in. Ah, the tide with the rose, and the ghost of my darling still wanders the shore for my wreckage, for my kin. But he does not call me in.
Beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Lovely.
I saw in the comments that someone said that shipwreck was near sea houses. Is that true?
Yeah, up off, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a beautiful gig in sea houses that Blair and I have played a few times.
I literally love sea houses. Yeah, it's so cool. It's gorgeous up that way, yeah.
It is nice, yeah. What's the name of that venue, Blair?
St Cuthbert's House.
St Cuthbert's House, yeah.
It's like a B&B, and it's just a lovely family that kind of made friends with over the years, and it's wicked. They converted this old church, and it's won like best B&B in the country a few times. Anyway, it's just a lovely, kind of like a house concert, but not a house concert. And my mum's kind of from up that way, but on the other side, on the western side. And I remember for her birthday, I took her up to see houses, and yeah, she loves it up there. So yeah, got to see the puffins off the coast.
Ah,
if you
how
go
nice!
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Keep forgetting my reverb. Sorry, lads.
Had a good cod and chips in Sea Houses.
Oh, nice.
I remember we were together when we had that, weren't we?
We were. We had, it was great fish and chips and a great gig, and a jack of potatoes for dinner. So I think that's the recipe. That's the recipe for a good day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you've had fish and chips, a good gig, and jack of potatoes, things are looking up.
What else do you need? Just one solo peppercorn, and then you're away.
Preferably a few more.
It's true. It's true. Farn Island, that's it. Someone just said in the chat. Someone's also said in the chat that someone's also said that as it doesn't Blair have a Porsche. Well, no, I don't. I can confirm I do not have a Porsche, but I do have a Porsche top on that I got from Depop the other day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Once the sweet cryptocurrency comes in, you'll be rolling in Porsches.
Yeah, because I think if I like double my money, then maybe I'll have like a $5. So then I'll put that as a down payment on a 356. Yeah,
definitely.
Having a Porsche top, you can always say to people, "Yeah, I've got a Porsche top."
Yeah, just whisper it.
Just whisper the last bit. You got to fake it till you make it, mate.
What have you got for us, Blair?
What have I got?
What's up?
I feel like I should. I've got a song about a Porsche that's probably being referenced. I feel like I should do that, but I'm in the right tuning for another one. So this is a song called Feng Shui or whatever, and I wrote it a couple of years ago. It's on my 3 years ago, so it's on my last album, and it's on the new live album. But it's become a little bit of a lockdown anthem for me. Well, not for me, but for I always do it on streams because it's the refrain is in these four walls. But people think I wrote it about COVID, but I didn't. Obviously, that would be a little bit contrived. But I'm gonna do it now because we're all stuck indoors except for Jack, obviously.
Yeah, I'm so jealous of Jack's short sleeve t-shirt vibe.
I know.
I dream
This is my
of a
pajama shirt, guys.
t-shirt.
I was going to wake up and change my shirt because I slept in this one, but then I got on the stream and I was like, you know what? I'm fine with that green. That's fine. So Blair's wearing his Porsche shirt and I'm wearing the shirt that I slept in.
Nice. Well, it's
how we do
working.
it.
Probably a bit too much info, but
Are we taking a little break after this as well? A little 5,
Yeah,
5, 10.
little 5-minute break.
All right,
I might
cool.
change my shirt.
Caramel Cooper. I'm not going to do Billy in the Low Ground. You know that. Well, the floorboards ache and the heat pipe shake, but only when I'm home alone. If you didn't know better than me, if you didn't know better than me, you'd say they have a mind of their own. It's like they're holding all our tension in from the night before and releasing it through the day. Then the night rolls around again and again and again, and there isn't any more to say. In these four walls, in these four walls, day on day. In these four walls, there isn't any more to say. It's hard to walk around this place and divorce ourselves from the time we spent in it. Oh, there's scars from hanging pictures, installing fixtures that were never meant to fit. There's scars from when we threw things across the room and each of us got out the way. Oh, and we'd only thrown them whatever and said all we had to say. In these four walls, in these four walls, in disarray. In these four walls, there isn't any more to say. I don't want to change things around, but I really think that we should. Maybe we should knock that parting wall through. It's been years since we first said we would. Mother saw that I was feeling down. She asked me if I tried feng shui. Oh, she also asked me what I feel inside. I said there wasn't any more to say. In these four walls, from these four walls, oh, I'll run away. I'll run away. In these four walls, there isn't any more to say.
Yes.
In these four
Beautiful.
walls.
Cracking.
In lockdown.
Lovely.
It's all right,
Gorgeous.
thank you.
That was so lovely. Thank you very much, guys. I feel better for having listened to you already, as do everybody in the comments by the looks of it too. So thank you very much for a gorgeous first half, and we have now reached the interval. So we're going to leave our lovely musicians to have a little break. So to our artists, you can go grab a drink or anything else that you need, and then you'll have 5 minutes before you have to come back to us. So we will see you in a bit. Bye. So, viewers, I'm now going to hand you over to our lovely Imi and Risa. They're the founders and owners of Green Note, and they're the ones that book all the musicians and do all this wonderful programming here at Green Note. So they're going to give us all of the latest updates. Please welcome Imi and Risa. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey Emma, hey Amy, hey out there.
Hi.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's really
Risa.
great show, and
Yeah, really.
I'd forgotten that it was Blair's birthday yesterday because when we booked it, he said it was the day after his birthday. So, I think we should. It's
a nice
really
birthday
nice to be
present.
getting him. Yeah, exactly.
We'll give him a birthday present of not singing happy birthday to him because
Oh, yeah.
I mean not you and me. He probably would not appreciate that.
Can you imagine us doing that, recently? God.
Emma, I don't think you've heard us sing, but there's a reason.
Oh, God. Oh, well, I'll look forward to that in due course, no doubt.
It won't be
You
tonight.
too in
We
stereo.
don't really do it in front of anyone. Just we've known each other for a long time, Risa and I, and we've heard each other sing, and that's about it.
Oh, well, I'm going to pass it over to you guys to do all the fantastic update stuff. See you in a bit.
Thanks, Emma.
Halftime announcements.
Yeah. So if you're regulars, then feel free to fill up your drinks, do what you need to do for a couple of minutes. But if you're new to us tonight, welcome. It's really great to have you here. We have been here every week, every Wednesday and Friday night since, when lockdown started. So the beginning of April, we started these shows. So please do join us again. It's 8 o'clock UK time. We are on all the social media, so please follow us, like us, subscribe, do all of that. We're currently collecting but YouTube subscribers. So if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Facebook, whichever you're watching on, just please like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and it's a really good way of finding out what we've got coming up. Because
Get little reminders.
Exactly. We're also on Twitter and Instagram too, so whichever your media of choice is, please do use it to follow us. We also have a mailing list, which we don't spam you, we just send 2 emails out a month, so please do join that. We're going to post in the chat, I think we just did. And so that's a good way of finding out what's happening with these shows, and also with our little venue Green Note in Camden, which we've been closed since March, but we will reopen one of these days. We don't know when.
We will.
But for now
we'll be back.
Yeah, we will be back. But for now we're continuing with these shows, and they're very different from live in-person shows, but they're really nice in their own way. So it's these shows, it's always 3 artists playing in the round, so it's always just a really lovely evening and a great way of discovering new music. So please do join us again. And if you're not able to join us live, the shows are available for a week afterwards on our YouTube channel. So spread the word, watch again, catch up, do all of that, and
send the link to other friends who you think might love it as well.
Yeah.
Lots of people do watch live, but then we find a lot of people watch in the week afterwards, don't we? And we've had some nice emails recently from people saying how much they're enjoying these shows. It's always nice to hear feedback.
Yeah.
And just a few words about how we run these shows. In that they're not ticketed, of course, as you've realised, but they are. We do ask that if you can and if you're able to, if you could please make a donation via our PayPal link, which you can find on Facebook and YouTube and on our website. And I'm just now, this minute, posting it in the chat as well, in the comments section. So that should be easy enough to find. And if you don't have PayPal, just drop us an email and we can tell you alternative ways you can contribute. But PayPal is easiest. And the recommended donation is £10 a show. But anything you can manage, that's just a suggestion, anything you can manage is, of course, welcome and appreciated. And just so you know where your money's going and how it's divided up, we divide the donations for each show 4 ways, and that's between the 3 artists who are playing this evening, and the last quarter goes towards the running costs of the show and paying our wonderful behind-the-scenes team and such like, and keeping the shows going, of course. And we do plan to keep going for as long as our venue is closed, at least.
Yeah.
And we have
maybe beyond that, we never know.
Maybe beyond. Quite a few people have said that they love the format and that they'd still watch them even once venues have reopened.
Yeah.
So we'd love to hear your feedback on that as well, if you'd be interested in shows like this continuing beyond lockdown, even when Green Note has reopened. And on that note, just a few words about our upcoming shows next week. So they're every Wednesday and Friday, as Risa said, and the next one is actually, we've got a special guest curator, don't we?
Yeah, takeover.
Usually we curate the bills, but this one's a takeover from the Round Table Collective, and they're promoters who have promoted nights at Green Note over the years, and they've been putting together some wonderful international bills, and this coming Wednesday is no exception. So we have Holly Lowe from Spain, Dana Sipos from Canada, and the Dear Sister from Hull in the UK. But I just wanted to read out, because the Dear Sister is a really intriguing description of the genre of music they play, and I just wanted to read that out. It's they combine contemporary folk with post-hip-hop and electronic music. So I'm curious to see, it's a trio, and
that might be a virtually Green Note first. I think
it might be. Well, I think it doesn't sound like many other acts.
No, it doesn't.
So that should be an interesting one. Yeah. And then Dana and Holly, who are sharing the bill, they're singer-songwriters, so both of them really great as well. Maybe not as mixing of genres.
No.
And the following show after that, we've got, Green Note regulars and favourites, Fiona Bevan, Gabriel Moreno, and Pearl Fish, who I only just met just before lockdown, so she's a newish discovery. And loads of great shows coming up beyond that as well.
We've just confirmed quite a few shows for the next couple of months. We've got Roseanne Reid, Brooke Sharkey, Bruce Molsky, Austin Lucas. Just tons of great artists. So check out our website, greennote.co.uk, and you can see what we've got coming up. Or don't check it out and just trust us and tune in every Wednesday and Friday night. Should we get back to the music?
Let's do that, yeah.
Cool. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you very much. We will. Lovely to see you as always, ladies, and we will see you later.
See you later. Bye.
Okay, so we are ready to welcome back our artist for this evening. Please welcome Mr. Jack Carty.
Hello.
Hey, Jack. Delighted to
Hi.
see you haven't changed your shirt. It's a jolly good shirt. I was enjoying it.
I just want to be clear. This isn't a pajama shirt. It's a shirt I wear in the world all the time. But
It looks like a worldly shirt.
Yeah,
It's a
good
very
shirt. I
fine
like the
worldly
shirt.
shirt.
It's made of
I
bamboo.
like it too. Oh, is it?
Thank you.
Nice and cool bamboo. Fantastic.
right.
All the better for living in Australia. And next, please welcome back Miss Kirsty Merryn. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi. I suddenly felt like we were on, was it Blankety Blank or something?
Yeah.
You know, you waved to the audience. That was good. And last but not least, please welcome back Blair Dunlop. Hi, Blair.
Hello.
Oh, you've got your hat, your matching hat as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I got time to put my hat on, so here we are.
Digging it. It's great.
Thank you. I just got my girlfriend got me this for my birthday, and it arrived today. It's a leather Porsche hat.
Wow.
It's quite out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a vibe though. Turn up at a rave, like everyone's vibing, you know.
Well, certainly keep the snow off in the meantime, that's for sure. So, Jack, would you kindly take it away into the second half for us, please?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
So, the third round traditionally of these shows is the covers round, I believe. So, I'm going to do a cover. I've decided to do a cover of Harvest Moon by Neil Young. It's one of my favourite songs. It's also a really great song to sing at 7 a.m. because it's, Neil Young famously has that low voice. It's going to be interesting. So this is, I don't know what I can say about this song that hasn't been said already. It's a beautiful song, very famous song. I'm just going to play it. Come a little bit closer, hear what I have to say. Just like children sleeping, we can dream this night away. There's a full moon rising. Let's go dancing in the night. We know where the music's playing. Let's go out and feel the night. Because I'm still in love with you. I want to see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon. When we were strangers, I watched you from afar. When we were lovers, loved you with all my heart. But now it's getting late and the moon is rising high. I wanna celebrate, see it shining in your eye. Because I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon. Because I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest
That was
Yes,
sick, mate.
mate.
I never really do that one.
It's a beautiful song, isn't it?
Yeah,
It sounded
gorgeous.
great, yeah. Very brave at this hour.
Yeah.
That
I feel like I
notably
almost
low
got
voice
there.
that he has.
It's just that
Yeah,
last
it sounded
chorus.
great. No, it sounded great. Sounded proper.
Blair, someone said in the chat, did a Porsche throw up on you?
It's a
Pretty
fair
much,
question,
yeah.
to be honest.
It's
Yeah.
a very fair question, isn't it? Right, idiot.
I like it though. You're like manifesting wealth by just pretending that you're a
Right.
Porsche.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Absolutely. I feel like I'm going to have to do the Porsche song after this soon. It's just like inevitable, isn't it? A couple of people ask for it.
Yeah.
Anyway. What cover have you chosen?
Well, I feel like I'm here to bring the melodrama to the evening, so I'm sticking with that theme, and I'm going to do some Kate Bush.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, so I'm going to do Running Up That Hill.
Oh, what
Yes.
a tune. What
Just
a
have a
tune.
little sip
What a
of mine.
tune.
Great choice.
Okay, let's go. It doesn't hurt me. Do you want to see how it feels? Do you want to know that it doesn't hurt me? Do you want to hear about the deal we're making? You and me. And if I only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, running up that hill, be running up that building. If I only could, oh. Don't wanna hurt me, but see how deep the bullet lies. Unaware, tearing me asunder. There is thunder in our hearts. Is there so much hate for the ones we love? But tell me we both met a door. he says. Be running up that road, running up that hill, running up that building. If I only could, oh. Be running up that road. Be running up that road, running up that hill with no problems.
Beautiful. Such a good choice.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
great
is.
shout.
I love Kate Bush.
Sundays.
Oh, I love her.
Wasn't she doing some gigs like a year or two ago?
Yeah, she put on just like a couple of nights, I think, after not playing for years and years. She just put on a couple of epic nights and then she stopped again because she's an absolute hero.
In and out, love that.
Because she can do whatever she wants.
She can do whatever
Yeah.
she wants.
Tickets were going for crazy amounts, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. And apparently it was incredible. Like, it was worth the hype.
Really? That's awesome.
You're getting some interesting compliments. I think people have been locked inside for too long because Robert McLaughlin says, Jack and Blair's beards both worthy of Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Darcy.
I'm going to take that.
Robert's
That's
having
like-
a lovely time this evening.
Anytime,
Jack's the beard king, so I'll take that.
anytime you're getting like Colin Firth comparisons, you're doing all right, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take him. Yeah, but Jack's got the gravitas from the salt and pepper, you know, in there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still waiting for that. That's
Just,
where it's at, though. That's literally that's the point you need to get to. Like, I literally can't wait for that. Mine's a little bit
What,
ginger
for
in the
a
line.
bit of salt and pepper on your chin?
Oh yeah.
I don't know about that.
It'll
No?
come and you'll be like, nah.
I think this will be one of those things where like I used to be kind of into the idea of having glasses, and then when I actually needed glasses, I was like, this is just annoying. I can't lie on my side and read a book, you know?
Yeah, that is definitely a thing. Yeah. I think it looks good, man. I'll take it anyway. I'll take Mr. Darcy as well. That's
Yeah, you
very,
both
very
look cracking with your beards. I had to shave mine before the show.
good. Okay.
A beard.
Thanks for
There's
doing that,
an
Chris.
Australian band called The Beards, and
Yeah.
all of their songs are about beards. And
Nice.
they've got songs like "If your dad doesn't have a beard, you've got two mums." And
Wow.
yeah, it's
Wow.
it's great. It's very good. And I asked them about what, because their whole thing is just encouraging everyone to grow a beard. And I said, well, what about women that can't grow beards? And the lead singer's response to me was, a beard starts in your heart. So if you want to grow a beard badly enough, you can.
Wow.
You just got to feel it.
That's
You just gotta feel it.
inspirational.
Clearly, we feel it, mate. That's
Yeah,
we've
that's it.
cultivated the beards, you know.
Blair, what are you going to do for us?
I'm sorry. I'm just
Oh, you're just looking at your beard. Sorry, yeah.
I'm just hoping that one day this bit's gonna grow because I want to get that like absolute rigid. You know what I mean? I've just got that kind of wisp in here, but I'm gonna do a song. I'm gonna sing something. Okay. I'm gonna do this one right because I've not done it at all in lockdown, and I was doing it before lockdown, and a lot of people have asked for it over the course of the last year or so, and I've just not done it, and then we've been forced to do a cover, so it's the one I probably know best, but I do have the lyrics up because I haven't done it in a while. And it's a Bruce Springsteen song called Dancing in the Dark,
Oh, awesome.
and it's a big tune,
Amazing.
and I'm gonna go for it. And this guitar is like the first guitar that I started gigging in the folk clubs in, and I've just been playing it quite a lot in lockdown, and it's just so nice. It's a sweet little thing, you know. I picked it up for like 400 quid back in the day. I'm just thinking, if I could have put that in Bitcoin, what would I be making now? I could have bought a fair few guitars. I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing to say. I come home in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired. I'm just tired and bored with myself. Hey there, baby, I could use is just a little help. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. The cities keep getting clearer. Radio's on and I'm moving around my place. Check my look in the mirror. I wanna change my clothes, my hair, my beard, my face, but I ain't getting nowhere. I'm just living in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know there is. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. You sit around getting older. There's a joke here somewhere and it's on me. I'll shake this world off my shoulders. Come on, baby, this life's on me. Stay on the streets of this town. They'll be carving you up alright. They say you gotta stay hungry. Hey, baby, I'm just about starving tonight. I'm dying for some action. Sick of sitting around here trying to write this book. I need a love reaction. Come on, baby, give me just one look. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes,
Cheers.
mate.
It's the boss, mate. You've done it.
You've done it.
Does that make you the apprentice? When you're covering the boss, are you the apprentice?
I guess so. I'll take it. I'll take any link to the man. What a dude. Still going
So
strong
good,
as
man.
well, actually. Still going
Yeah.
very strong.
Yeah, big time. I love that cover.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Thanks,
Anne
mate.
Irving
Cheers.
says it really suits your voice, which I agree with. It was really, really nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's very kind.
I feel like I'm a bit like a Blue Peter presenter, like reading, like, yeah, thanks.
I know, like, let's just get this up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Tony from Sheffield. Anyway, back to Jack.
That was very Alan Partridge of you. I enjoyed it. Oh dear.
Oh, fantastic.
Do you guys often do covers in your like live shows?
I don't, not really.
You do a great version of Lilac Wine.
Oh, lovely.
I love that song. That song.
Mate,
that's not one for 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
though,
I wasn't going for that one at 5 in the morning. Yeah, that one. But yeah, I do that occasionally. I used to do more covers, but I've sort of, I've started doing them less and less as like more of the people that come to my shows actually want to hear like my songs, and and as my catalogue has grown, I've just you know, because I think
I realised that my songs are the best. I'll just fight do them instead.
That's not what I'm saying, but it's also not what I'm not saying. Yeah, I think like I'm sure. I'm not sure how many records you've got out, Kirsty, because we've just met tonight. But like I'm sure Blair, you probably have the same thing. Like because I've got 5 albums out now. Like I just can't play songs from every record at every show. So like I'll do a cover if it gets requested or if there's a specific reason, but I don't generally sort of plan to do a cover anymore.
Yeah.
Fair. Nice.
That is a really great version of Lilac Wine though. It is really great.
Well, maybe next time I play and you're in the room, mate, I'll bust it out. If it's not 7 a.m. where I am, I'll do it.
Yeah, let's
That's
do it.
reasonable.
Well, what are you gonna do now?
Well, so for my last song, I'm going to do another song from the EP, The World When It's Sleeping, and this is called Why the Universe Expands. And it's just a simple little song that I wrote in a town called Chinchilla, which is sort of about 4 hours west of Brisbane in Queensland. So west of Brisbane, you go up over the Great Dividing Range, it's called, which is a mountain range that runs down the east coast of Australia. And then once you're up and over that, you just hit these plains.
Inland taipans.
You just run into a gang of inland taipans, and you have to battle them before you are able to proceed. Actually, when we're living in the UK, I had a couple of chats with people who just seemed to think that the moment you step off the plane in Australia, you're just like dodging spiders and snakes, and they're just flying at your head all the time. Oh, there's a shark, I better dodge that. And you just spend your whole time walking around Australia just dodging poisonous and dangerous animals. That's not how it works. You just you have to be aware of it if you're walking around the bush. Sorry?
You have to be, like, obviously you're a native, so it's kind of hardwired into your head, but as someone who's been to Australia a few times, it's like, when you first go for the first few days, it's literally every single thing, every night it's under there, it's like every time you walk into a room, it's quick scan all four corners. And then after a week, it's like, you get the kind of subconscious thing, but it's crazy that you've just like got it hardwired into you that if you're walking through long grass, you'd never go barefoot. You're always like, you've got an eye on it, but it doesn't take over. Like, that's a real art, because I just can't get the kind of subconscious thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't really, like, unless you had to, you wouldn't go walking through long grass just willy-nilly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so much.
At least not long
Theresa
grass out in
May,
the bush.
she'd hate it.
She would hate it.
I think she'd do it, but then later she'd regret it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I got that pretty niche English.
Yeah,
very good.
That happened when I can't remember if I was living there. Maybe I was living there when it happened. But anyway, so once you get over the Great Dividing Range, get past the gang of inland taipans, it's just flat plains, and you drive through these flat plains for like what feels, I think it's actually for about 2 hours. And when you're driving the car, you actually start to feel like you're hallucinating, because you're traveling at 110 kilometers an hour or whatever the speed limit is, and the road's straight and you're looking at the horizon and you're moving, but the horizon obviously never really gets closer or never gets closer, and there's nothing really on the horizon to reference that you're moving, if that makes sense. So it's quite a strange feeling.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went out and did a gig in this town called Chinchilla, which is home of the big watermelon, which is just by the by, nothing to do with the song. We just have a lot of big things here. So for some reason, towns just do like, oh, we've got the big watermelon, and the town close to where I grew up has the big banana.
Do you mean like a specific watermelon?
Like, it's just a big fake watermelon that just sits in the town.
Because I've seen the big banana. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the big.
I was thinking, we grew the biggest watermelon, and it's like the watermelon. It's like up in a museum, like in wax or something.
Well, the town is really famous for watermelons. Like, I think 2/3 of all watermelons that are grown in Australia are grown in this town. So it is famous for watermelons. So it's not, they didn't just pick a random fruit. It's relevant to the town. But
oh dear.
Yeah, it just sits there. It's just like a photo. To be honest, I don't know why it's there. But yeah, I went out there and did a gig, and again, this was sort of about 3 months before we were due to have our boy, our first child, and I was in the green room warming up before the show, and I'd had this idea for a song kind of like bubbling around for a couple of weeks, and this song literally it was like one of those moments where I felt like it was already written, and I was just like pulling it down from the ether or something. So it's just a simple song. It's called Why the Universe Expands, and it's about my kids basically. But I like to kind of finish up with this song at the moment.
Awesome.
And I hope you guys enjoy it. I think I found the reason why the universe expands. I was standing in the kitchen when it fell into my lap. I outdid all those physicists with their particles and mass. And I think I found the reason why the universe expands. See, the galaxies are spreading out, we know that much is true. 'Cause their light, it shifts from blue to red, 'cause it is spreading too. And no one knew just why they move as quickly as they do. Though the galaxies are spreading out, we know that much is true. Your mom and I have waited for you to join us here. We're gonna care for you and do the best we can. And I think I found the reason why the universe expands. Loved you since I found out you were there inside that womb. And you've been busy growing, and my love's been growing too. It covers every particle on every distant land. And in order to contain it all, the universe expands. Your mom and I have waited for you to join us here. I'm gonna love you and I'll do the best I can. And I figured out the reason why the universe expands. Yeah, I think I found the reason why the universe expands.
Oh, beautiful.
I love that one.
That's gorgeous.
Thank you. Cheers. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
you now. You can go.
Yeah, all right, I'll see you later.
Go back to bed now.
Gonna go have
Still got your
breakfast.
pyjamas on.
Bamboo pajamas.
Bamboo shirt that can double as pajamas or a lying out shirt.
Blair, have you got Porsche pajamas?
I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm just building up my portfolio, you know.
Have you got one of those beds that's like a looks like a car?
Oh my god. No. I
Blair
wish
sleeps in a
though.
little Fiorentina kit.
Yeah. You probably can't see. No, well, you can just. No, you can't actually. But there's some football shirts up there. If it's not Porsches, it's football shirts. The dream would be to have a car bed though. That's very cool. If I can't have the real thing, then I'll take it.
Surely someone somewhere makes like full-size adult racing car beds, and if they don't, they should.
Yeah, they should.
You need to cash in that Bitcoin money and invest it in your new business of
Learn
human
carpentry.
adult-sized cars. Yeah. Car beds.
Oh dear.
Nice. All right, I'm going to do my last one now. I think I'm going to do an unaccompanied one. Why not? Oh, I think I can hear someone's awake.
Yeah, that's my daughter Delilah. She's having a bit of a. She's just she's woken up and she's like, "What's Dad doing?
Where is he?
Yeah. Don't worry. My mic will be muted when you sing, so you won't.
That's fine. If anything,
wailing
it's going to add some. It's going to add a bit of atmosphere. Why not?
just a baby crying. I've never heard it called atmosphere before.
Anything's atmosphere if you put enough reverb on it, right?
True.
That's true.
That's
That's
true.
very true.
You put enough reverb on anything is good.
Yeah, exactly. Worked for Meatloaf, didn't it?
Yeah, big time.
It did.
That's not a smirch, a smear on Meatloaf. I unironically love Meatloaf.
Yeah,
Tell you what, Meatloaf is coming for you now. It's
Oh
all over.
no, but I love him. Okay, I'm going to do a song now. Yeah, so this is also from Bring Up the Bodies. From She and I, and it's called Bring Up the Bodies. And I read this amazing book called The American Way of Death, which was written by Jessica Mitford, and it's basically about how commercialized the kind of system of dying is in America, and how capitalism exploits people's grief to make money through selling things that people don't need in a time where they're really vulnerable. And it's an amazing book, and also really funny, like weirdly funny it's really cool anyway. So I wrote this song about that book, and simultaneously about a woman called Henrietta Lacks, who is a really complicated story, but essentially there are so many medicines in the world today that exist because of Henrietta Lacks's own cells, like cells that were taken from her without her knowledge and her consent and used to make medicines. Anyway, so they're two really cool stories anyway, and this song is really about like women having ownership over their own bodies, and like us having a life that's free from being able to die with dignity, I guess is the point of this song. Anyway, yeah, it's unaccompanied, so I'm gonna hope that my voice can handle it after 6 months of not singing. Bring me copper, bring me tin, bring a box to lay me in, bring a pillow for my head, and bring a shovel to dig my bed. Rise up, and bring up the bodies, lay me down to rest. Rise up, and bring up the bodies, lay me down to rest beneath the cold, dark clay. Set the box on the golden rails, crimson paint chipping from my nails. Place a posy in my palm and lead me to the comfort of the promised land. Rise up, and bring up the bodies, lay me down to rest. Rise up, and bring up the bodies, lay me down to rest beneath the dull, dark clay. He wants velvet, he wants gold, he likes a handful and a half to hold. Keep that picture in your mind and let it bring you comfort when there's none to find. Rise up, and bring up the bodies, lay me down to rest. Rise up, and bring up the bodies, lay me down to rest beneath the cold, dark clay. Give us water, give us rest, give a coffin of the very best. Pin your colours to your family tree, but keep your hands away from me. We girls, we bring up the bodies, lay me down to rest. We girls, we bring up the bodies, lay me down to rest beneath the cold, dark clay.
Beautiful.
Oh, cheers. Did you hear my doorbell go?
I know.
What a time.
I know, classic.
That's all part of the charm, I think, of these streaming concerts, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not going to have a doorbell going during a gig in a venue.
Oh, no, exactly.
Hopefully.
What was the name of that book again, Kirsty?
The American Way of Death.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
It's really, really good. I really recommend it. And there's a book, the book about... Mate, it's so good. And the book about Henrietta Lacks is called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, which is also a cracker.
Awesome. Well, that was bloody lovely hearing you again. It's been a while. It's not been as long for me and Jack, but it's always lovely to hear Jack. But I forgot how much I love your voice, so that was really cool. And I look forward
likewise. It's gorgeous.
Look forward to hanging out after all this, you know.
Oh yeah.
In person.
One day.
Yeah, man. Madness.
What are you going to finish us off with, Blair?
I'm going to do the Porsche song because everyone's just been spamming the chat with the Porsche. Oh, no, I'm literally sat here in Porsche gears, so got to do it, eh? Yeah, it's a song called 356, named after the first Porsche, the original Porsche that predated the 911, which is the one that everyone knows and is still going today. And it kind of looks like a Beetle. It's the car that James Dean died in, but like the road going version of he was in he died in the race version. But yeah, amazing cars. And me and my drummer Fred went out looking for cars. You know, August is supercar season in London. You can see some pretty crazy things if you go like Knightsbridge in that time of year. And we just went one day to look at the crazy cars and saw this one in a dealership and just completely fell in love with it. So I wrote a song about our day out. State of me in this hat. Will the sun be down on Mayfair, on the golden heart of the town? You can tell it was touching the 30s by the glacial beads on his brow. The golden heart of the town, they said, in all its splendor and charm. But only gold has finery, your wallet has a firearm. Park Lane behind him was rolling all the way up to Marble Arch. Rollers to drop-top Benzes, but none of them tugged at the heart. As soon as his nose pressed the window of a German dealership, the bulbous eyes of a 356 caught him and never let slip. She doesn't turn with much conviction, and her toggle leaks in the rain. But she comes with a boot full of stories and an innocence hard to contain. It had been slow from behind the desk, and he had facts to impart. They looked at the engine together, air-cooled and mounted in the rear. Flat four with dual carburetors, and thirsty in any gear. Just 40,000 on the clock, he said. She'll go for quite a price. There's an oligarch around the corner who's been in to see it twice. Oh, secret lies in her age, he said. Oh, doesn't she look sinless? You can park her outside the Dorchester and get all the interest. Doesn't turn with much conviction, and her toggle leaks in the red. But she comes with a boot full of stories and an innocence hard to contain. And if I had the money, I'd release her from the chains. I'd drive her through the streets of Mayfair, turn around and do it all over again. It soon came time for closing, hoping it wouldn't be for good. He bid adieu to the doorman, and the sky shone red as her hood. He looked up and started dreaming of a 356 of his own, as he mounted his bike and set off for the east side of town via Marylebone.
Yeah.
Woo! I love that tune.
Cheers.
That was fantastic. Thank you very much, guys, all of you. Just lovely.
Oh, it was a
Thoroughly
pleasure.
Thanks for having
enjoyed
us.
that. Well, our
thank you.
pleasure, for sure. Yeah, it's good. And you were all very much on point with those covers, too. I loved them, each and every one of them. Had, I think, probably transported us all a bit there. I had a lovely memory for all of them. Jack, you were one, my friend was singing it to his new wife at their wedding day.
Oh, wow.
And you were one, Kirsty. I played that one to death on my Sony Walkman when I was a little kid. And I loved it. And then yours, Blair, I had just watched the Black Crows performing at the Olympic Park, and then I was on a big wheel at sunset, and Bruce Springsteen had just come on stage, and I was watching him from the big wheel and sunset with my little brother
Oh,
beside
that's
me.
so cool. That's
So nice.
Cool. Very cool.
That's what music's all about, right? Just transporting us and reminding us of the lives that we have outside of lockdown. And we'll have again. We will. So gorgeous, really, really beautiful music, and your voices are just really wonderful. So yeah, what a treat tonight was.
Thank you.
Viewers, I hope that you all enjoyed this episode as much as I have. Please do feel free to send the link on to friends or to watch it again as much as you like. The show stays online for everybody to watch it for the next 7 days. I am going to ask all the artists a little bit about what they've been up to lately. But before I do that, I want to remind everybody watching that, as Imi and Risa mentioned earlier, these shows are not ticketed, they're donation-based. So if you've been watching, we'd like to ask you to make a donation, if you're able to, via the PayPal link which the girls have posted below and in the comments box, which you'll see. We suggest an amount of £10, but whatever you're able to give will be really very much appreciated. Your donation will be divided 4 ways between the 3 artists you've just watched and to the Green Note for the running costs of these live shows. Your support really does mean a great deal to us all at the current climate, and your donation helps keep our lovely artists, keep creating the music that you love so much, and helps keep the Green Note put it on for you too. So now we've come to the bit in the evening that is like a virtual chat with the artists around the merch table at the end of the gig as we all stream out, where they'll tell us what they've been up to. So we're all keen to hear your news. So Jack, I know that you've released an EP last year, and one of the songs from that has been shortlisted for a big deal songwriting competition. So congratulations, and please tell us
Thank
all
you.
about that.
Yeah, that just happened 2 days ago. It's called the Vander and Young Songwriting Competition, and it's kind of a big deal over here. And yeah, it's been shortlisted in the top 40. And yeah, everyone else, well, not everyone else, but a lot of the other artists kind of on the shortlist are quite a big deal. So it's nice to be part of the list. It's one of those things. Songwriting competitions are inherently a strange idea, but it's very nice to be shortlisted, and we'll see what happens. There's some really amazing stuff on that list though, so I'm not holding my breath. But
well,
that's been great. And pardon?
No, I was just saying it's just brilliant that you're on there, and you never know.
That's right.
Fingers
crossed.
That's
right. Yeah, it's it's really exciting. I'm very, very excited to be on the list. Yeah. Other than that, I've just been I have actually been doing a couple of gigs the last couple of months. Australia has allowed that, the situation here has allowed that to happen, all socially distanced, and looking after my kids and doing my thing, making music. I have an album that I've been working on that I'm planning to release later this year. So I'm going to release some more music later this year. I'm just kind of in the process of working out the how and the when of that at the moment. But yeah, it's been a strange time, but I've got a lot of new music to share coming out of it. So it's exciting.
Great. Oh, well, we look forward to it all. Thank you very much. And Kirsty, I hear that you've been working on an EP with Ben Walker, which is pretty cool. So, and that's called Life on the Land. So please tell us all about that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. So we started working on it before everything happened, and we were going to release it in like August last year, and then we couldn't. So it's all being delayed until this year. But yeah, it's really such a pleasure to work with Ben. He's such an incredible guitarist, obviously. So yeah, working up some proper trad English songs, and then a couple of slightly more avant-garde ones, I guess. Yeah, so it's really fun. And yeah, we're going to be touring it, all being well, a bit later this year. Yeah, it's been really fun working with Ben.
That sounds fantastic. Cool. Well, yeah, let's hope that the restrictions lighten up just in time for you to treat us all to that lovely new music. That's what we'd like.
Fingers crossed.
And Blair, I know that you've just released a live album which you recorded while you were out touring in Queensland during the bushfires.
Yeah.
Please tell us all about that.
One sec. Oh, do you mean?
Oh, here
this
it
album?
Very nice product placement there.
It was really cool actually, because it came out of nothing, to be honest. Like, I was thinking of I'll be probably recording my next studio album this year, probably from home, and kind of, you know what I mean, it's harder to get into studios at the minute. But it was about time that I released something anyway, and I'd wanted to do a live album, and I'd wanted to kind of go back and re-record some of my earlier songs from previous albums, because, you know, you live with them for a while and you want to do alternate versions, but instead of doing them kind of through a studio, like redoing them in the studio, it's kind of satiated every need. Like, it was perfect. Like, I could get to do some old songs again. I got to have a live album out. A lot of people were saying that they wanted me to do an acoustic album, so it ticks all of those boxes because it's a solo record. And it was just circumstance, really, because the sound engineer, Josiah, great guy, lovely guy. Jack knows him. He was on. You toured with him for a little bit, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, he's a lovely guy.
Lovely guy. And he just said, "Look, do you want to record these? I can just take the feeds and record the next few nights." And we did, and then we recorded Woodford, the festival that we ended the tour at. And yeah, I'm so happy with it, because I thought it was just, you know, you think you as an artist, like, often you're a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to recordings, and I was like, I'm never going to get any takes that I'm happy with, but it got mixed by my friend Danny in London, and she's amazing. She did an amazing job, and I'm just really happy with it. And it honestly, it's like quite a cool time to release it, because I think we're all missing live gigs, and it definitely captures something, because there's bits of chat, and I just captured bits of conversations from random Aussies that I met along the way, and kind of put them into the album, and I'm really happy with it. I'm really, really happy with it, and it was a very special tour for me. So yeah, it's nice to be able to put it out. So you can stream it or you can buy it, and yeah, have a listen if you're into that kind of thing. Acoustic.
That sounds
music.
great. Really cool. Love a bit of Aussie chat. Aussies are fab. I used to temp for an Aussie company years and years ago, and they were a hoot. They love a fruity swear, don't they?
They do.
What's a fruity swear?
Just a particularly good one.
Like just a rude sounding fruit, like
Yeah.
What's a rude sounding fruit? Gooseberries.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Pamplemousse, that does sound like swell.
Yeah.
Pamplemousse.
Pamplemousse.
So on that lovely note, thank you very much, guys. It's been a dreamy and a beautiful show tonight, and I hope everybody in the show and watching the show has enjoyed this as much as I have. So for the last time, we're going to say goodbye and thank you very much to the wonderful and warm Jack Carty.
Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. Thank you. And a goodbye and a thank you very much to the colourfully sonorous Kirsty Merryn.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And a goodbye and a thank you very much to the gentle and brilliant Blair Dunlop.
Thank you very much. Goodbye, and check out Brooke Sharkey. She's doing a gig for you guys soon. She's amazing and a great person.
Okay. We shall. Thanks very much for the heads up. And thank you all for joining us tonight. And a great big thank you to Imi and Risa, as ever, for their wondrous programming. And to Ali for working his tech magic behind the scenes on the sound and the cameras. We are here every Wednesday and Friday with fantastic new lineups for every show. Thanks for tuning in, you wonderful people. Good night to you, and we will see you back here very, very soon.